When was your gut feeling actually right? I was 16 when I saved my entire class. Nobody liked our science teacher, Mr. Daniels. He was strict, boring, and gave too much homework. So when he announced a special overnight science trip to the mountains, everyone was shocked. This is a rare opportunity, he said, not smiling. Only 20 students can attend. The trip sounded amazing. Hiking, camping under stars. The best part, no parents allowed. As science department head, I'll be the only chaperone, Mr. Daniels explained. We need to travel light. Something about this felt wrong. Mr. Daniels had never shown interest in field trips before, and no other teachers or parents. That seemed against school rules, but everyone was too excited to question it. I almost kept quiet. But during lunch, I mentioned my concerns to my friend. You worry too much, she said. It's just a camping trip. But why is he suddenly doing this? And why no other adults? My friend rolled her eyes. Because parents are annoying. This way we can actually have fun. I decided to ask some questions. First, I checked with the science department secretary. Which mountainside is Mr. Daniels booking for the trip? I asked casually. She looked confused. What trip? That was weird. If it was official, the department would know. Next, I found last year's yearbook. Mr. Daniels' bio said he'd worked here for 15 years. But when I showed my dad, he frowned. That's not right. When I went here, the science head was Dr. Fletcher. She's been here forever. I looked up Dr. Fletcher online. She'd retired just 6 months ago after 30 years. Mr. Daniels had only arrived this semester. Why would he lie about something so easy to check? I went to the school website to find his credentials. Nothing there. Just Mr. Daniels, science department. I started watching him closely. He never talked to other teachers, always ate lunch alone in his classroom, kept the blinds closed during class. 2 days before the trip, I noticed something really odd. Mr. Daniels was loading boxes into his car after school. Boxes from the chemistry stockroom. Why would he need school chemicals for a nature hike? That night, I called the actual nature center listed on our permission slips. Hi, I'm confirming our school's reservation for this Saturday, I said. What school? The ranger asked. Lincoln High, for Mr. Daniels' science group. Sorry, we don't have any school groups booked this weekend. My stomach dropped. I showed everything to my parents. The fake reservation, the lies about his history. Dad called the police. Mom called our principal at home. The next morning, officers were waiting when Mr. Daniels arrived. Turns out Mr. Daniels wasn't even his real name. He had no teaching credentials, no background check. The real science teacher he was replacing had been delayed starting due to family emergency, and he'd somehow slipped into the position during the confusion. Those boxes from the chemistry lab, they contained materials for making untraceable sedatives. The nature center address he'd given us was an abandoned hunting cabin he'd rented with a fake ID. When police searched his apartment, they found detailed plans for our trip, none of which involved science education. The school tried to keep it quiet. They told parents it was a case of improper credentials and potential safety concerns. But we all knew the truth. 20 of us had nearly walked into something terrible.